Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got a really exciting unboxing video to share with you guys because this is a Grail unboxing. This is a new acquisition. Recently I did a live stream and shop along for Blade Binge, and there were so many things that usually I find, one, maybe two things when I do a site tour that I'm interested in. And, every now and then I buy something. This is actually now the third time that I've purchased something off of the Blade Binge Marketplace, which, by the way, I highly recommend. It is an awesome place, even if you're just browsing. But if you, want to buy, sell, or trade, it is, in my opinion, the best place on the internet when we're talking about pocket knives. So I'll have them linked down below. You guys can check them out if you want. But this was a purchase that I actually made. At the end of that live stream, I said, I am going to make a purchase. I just need to decide which one I want, because there were like 7 different things. But I think if you watch that video, then you know which one I bought. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me, and make sure your notifications are turned on for the Metal Complex YouTube channel. This is a Les George, and this is made entirely in the United States. Small batch, all in-house. Very exciting, very exciting. I've actually been looking for something like this for a long time. There's a few different Les George mid-techs that I would have picked up, but seeing this one, it was very difficult for me to say no. Oh boy, here we go. Look at this. This was purchased brand new. The guy actually sent me the original receipt from DLT Trading. Oh, what a beauty. Look at that. This is my first time with a VECP that has been textured in any way. So we have some beautiful machining there. And it is, of course, on the other side. This is also my very first in Damascus. How absolutely stunning this is. Chad Nichols, absolutely stunning. So Les George, that is ridiculously smooth. Ridiculous. In fact, it's to the point where I feel like I might actually have to tighten the pivot, which is fine. That's totally fine. I imagine this was, the original owner, just let it sit in his collection. I always forget those pivots are like T10 or T15 even. Let's see. Is it a T15? That might even be a T20. It's a T15. But the action on this is absurdly smooth. I have one, a VECP V3, and mine is nowhere near as smooth as this guy. Let's make sure that that blade actually stayed center. There we go. That feels a little bit more Les Georgy, but I think we can back it off just a little bit there to get the exactly the right action. There we go. That's how that usually feels. So now we are perfect, super smooth, phosphor bronze action. Absolutely gorgeous. What a gorgeous knife. Now, to some people, the VECP appears, kind of plain. This is very much like, I think the way that I've always described Les George is combine Hinderer and Chris Reeve. That is really what it feels like. It has more of that aggressive Rick Hinderer sort of modern tactical workhorse look. Ironically, I've actually come to the conclusion that like the Sebenza is a better workhorse tool, but it has the more of the elegance. It's got some of the elegance that you see in like the Chris Reeve Sebenza for sure. This is actually, I wonder, there's a few things that are different between this guy and my VECP. In fact, I feel like I'm actually going to give that a little, like, these are so sensitive to adjustment. You can get them absolutely perfect. I think the pivot's different. The pivot looks a lot nicer here. These body screws appear to be the same and in the same location. The LBS disc, I think on this guy is actually a little bit higher up. This must be like one of the newest variations of this knife. Oh, that edge is perfect. Normally, I like a super high polish or even a double polished Damascus. The Chad Nichols stuff always has these like more matte looking and darker looking zones. And I kind of appreciate that. And honestly, on this knife, I don't think that a high polished or a double polished, Damascus blade would look as good. I kind of like this more muted look with a Les George knife. Beyond that, my other Les George is actually a user, and it's been resharpened. Any videos where I've showcased that knife, you can actually see marks on the clip, marks on the body, marks on the blade. It's a user, and they make wonderful users. Now, you know, this is a small batch in-house U.S. item, and you're going to pay for that. And what the Les George VECP is capable of, the standard version is in XHP. They might do Magna Cut now. You can obviously buy like an American Kershaw, like the Bel Air XL or the standard Bel Air for less than half the price. And honestly, I think the blade geometry on the Bel Air is probably better, but it's a mass-produced item, and it's also not made out of titanium. So you're not getting the same thing, but it really depends on what it is that you want to put your money into. This is something that is a constant conversation under my channel or any knife channel, is people, whether they are super familiar with the knife world or not familiar with the knife world at all. And usually the confusion is, why would you pay more for something that can perform just like a knife that costs half or a quarter, right? I mean, you can get a Chinese knife nowadays with D2 that's HRC between 62 and 63 for like 35 bucks. And the answer is because people like me will put more money into elements that are outside of utility. The fact that this is a small batch U.S. item is something that is very, very appealing to me, and it costs more to create. This type of thing costs substantially more to create than a Kershaw knife that's also made in the USA. The processes are more automated with the Kershaw. There's less physical involvement. It's not quite a stamp and press thing, but more of like a, highly factory produced and less hands-on type of item. And, even though the performance that comes out of the other end is really, really good, arguably even better than something like this. The Chad Nichols Damascus, the fact that the Damascus is a super steel Damascus and also made in-house and small batch, is also extremely appealing. Little tiny things like the specialized hardware, the specialized milling, just the general finish work on the titanium and the way that it feels and operates, whether, the price tag makes sense to you or not, 99.999% of people, if you were to pick something like this up next to a mass-produced US knife or a mass-produced Chinese knife, you're going to be able to tell. In fact, it doesn't really take any type of special knowledge. Once you have something like this in hand, you can go, there is definitely a difference there. It might be, harder for new people to kind of understand exactly what it is that they're feeling, but most people can definitely tell that there is a difference in the way that the knife feels. And this is, something that I got really addicted to early on, obviously, but you can see it in my collection. I wanted to experience this in as many different forms as possible, and so I ended up buying like a ton of knives. This is an insanely welcome addition to my collection. I'm so happy that I picked this up. I did absolutely have to pay more than what they originally went for on DLT trading, but I was happy to do that because this isn't really a super easy knife to get. Les George will make more of these, and they will definitely, pop up again on DLT trading. It's just that I've never been fast enough. And that's the name of the game. If you're fast enough to grab one off of a retail site, you can get it for the lowest price that they were. But if that's not possible, your options are secondary market, and you just have to kind of go with a deal that feels good to you, and this felt good to me. So super, super excited, very happy with this knife. This is awesome, and obviously you guys will be seeing it in live streams and stuff like that. So anyways, thanks so much for watching. That's going to be it from me today. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe, because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.